Hey there, what's going on? You are watching today's Daily Dose of Awesome. My name is Cari Higham, and I have a question for you. Have you found yourself when you're starting something new wondering, how in the heck am I supposed to compete with all these top earners that have been doing this for so long? How am I supposed to stand out and differentiate myself from everybody else that's doing what I'm doing in a noisy newsfeed? We're going to be answering those questions and more here, so make sure you stick with me till the end. If you're hopping on and you're watching this and it's not live, make sure you give me a hashtag replay in the comments. But if you're watching and it is live, go ahead, drop your name, where you're from. Let me know where you're watching from. That way I can give you a shout out as we go throughout today. And I'm going to ask this question again. Have you ever found yourself, maybe when you're jumping into the Elite Marketing Pro community, maybe when you were jumping into network marketing, jumping into anything new really, have you ever asked yourself, how in the heck am I supposed to compete with some of these people that have been doing this for so long? How am I supposed to stand out in maybe a saturated market? Or how am I supposed to stand out on a noisy news feed on Facebook or Instagram where everybody around me seems to have their crap together and I'm just getting started? If you've ever felt that, drop a 1 in the comments. I would love to know if you have ever felt that, because I can guarantee, I want to kind of share a story with you. When I first got started in network marketing, that was how I felt. And here's the thing, I never really found my groove. For the first 2 years, I knew what I was doing, but I could see all these people like rank advancing around me. I could see all these people that seemed to be hitting their goals and getting the incentive trips, and I wasn't getting anywhere. I mean, after 2 years of building my business, my residual check was $80 in our network marketing business. And so when we found Elite Marketing Pro, the whole reason we came here was for education. We wanted to know how we were going to build our network marketing business online so that I didn't have to keep, leaving my kids. So I didn't have to keep, talking to people that weren't a fit for my business. I wanted to learn how I could actually pre-qualify people. But when I came to the Elite Marketing Pro community, I was a little intimidated because there were some people who had been here for a long time. They were getting amazing results, and I wanted to know, how could I play at their level just starting out? That was a question that I started asking myself. So if you've asked yourself that same, maybe you can relate to that, drop me a 1 in the comments. All right, I want to know if you can relate. And it looks like we do have some people that are hopping on, but I am not seeing any comments. Aha, there we go. Hey, Carlos, great. We've got some comments coming through. Woo, thought I was going to be doing this solo. All right, awesome. Let's give some shout outs here before we jump on. Hey, Margaret, good to see you. Carlos, Bart, good to see you. Awesome. All right, so I'm gonna let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know. Let me know how your week's going. We're here on a Tuesday, which means we're second day into the week. I know that everyone here has, is probably crushing their goals, but let me know what's one good thing that's happening for you this week or even today. One good thing that's happened today. So like I said before, as I came into the Elite Marketing Pro community, I asked that question. How am I supposed to compete with some of these people that have been doing this for so long? These people that have audiences of maybe it's 100, 200,000 on their business pages. They seem to, effortlessly, do a post and get so many people commenting. That was my biggest question, is how can I do that? And how can I do it maybe even faster than they did so that I could compete with them? And so I want to give you guys a couple tips. I don't even really know how many tips I'm going to give you. This is all kind of off the top of my head, but I wanted to kind of share with you guys from the heart today, because, when it comes, it can be very easy to just say, oh, these are the 3 tips that I'm going to have. But I'm hoping that this DDOA might be interactive. And if you've ever had that question, let me know. And if you have questions as we're going through this DDOA, let me know if you have those as well. Okay, that way we can make this more of a discussion rather than me just preaching here on a Facebook Live to you all. If that sounds good, drop your favorite emoji in the comments and we'll move forward. So the first tip that I can think of, and it was one of the first things that I actually took action on, was really, I guess it's technically 2 things, but it's like a 2-part. First, I got very clear on who it was that I was wanting to target, who it was that I was wanting to attract to me. And I also got very clear on who I was and what my message was. What was it about me that was maybe unique? What was it about me that was different than maybe what some of these top earners were doing? So when it comes, so that's 1 and 2, tips 1 and 2. So for the first tip, how can you get really clear on who it is that you're looking for, right? Who is it that you're wanting to attract? So I like to kind of think of it as a Suckville to Awesome Town piece. This was something that was actually taught to me by my own mentor, Tim Irway, CEO here of an Elite Marketing Pro. But he said that everybody kind of goes through this journey, right? It's like a hero's journey, if you will, where they're in a place where it sucks, and we call it Suckville, right? And for me, it was, I wasn't enrolling people. I wasn't, getting people to take a look at my business. If I got people to take a look at my business, they weren't wanting to enroll. I didn't know how to get them to cross the finish line. I was leaving my kids, building my business traditionally, driving all over, the western half of the United States, trying to get people, if you can relate to that, let me know in the comments. But then I wanted to be in Awesome Town, and I could see that there were these people that were in Awesome Town. And an Awesome Town I kind of defined as they were able to effortlessly attract people to them. They had systems in place so that their business ran with or without them there. They were winning incentive trips. They were, top of the leaderboard. When they did competitions, they were, like when there was competitions, like an example, maybe the Black Friday offer or whatever, they were neck and neck in getting some pretty cool prizes. And that's where I wanted to be. That was kind of what I set. So first so now you've kind of defined what they are. Now you need to get really clear on the behaviors that you need to take to get from Suckville to Awesome Town. All right. And so what I did, and what's really cool, is that, Elite Marketing Pro actually has a roadmap for you for here in the Elite Marketing Pro community that will actually take you from that Suckville to Awesome Town. But at the time, EMP didn't really have a roadmap. Hey, Jan, good to see you. And so I had to actually discover what are those steps, right? What are those those big milestones that I needed to hit? First thing that I knew that I needed to do was I needed to, get like a fan page set up, right? I needed to start learning how to start attracting people to me. I needed that likes campaign going. I needed to really focus and learn Facebook advertising and how to attract people to me that way. Because with Facebook ads, it's easy to scale, right? Before I was going out and on my own, I was trying to talk to people one at a time, trying to get them to join my business. And I was like, how might I get rid of the tire kickers, take people through kind of a screening process to where I was only talking to the best of the best people. And that was step 1, was generating those leads, and not just any leads, but quality leads. And I'm going to get into kind of how to define what makes that quality lead here in just a second. But the next step for me was learning how to make those leads become a sale, right? Hey, Kristen, good to see you. So, that next step, right? I was generating those leads, and then I was like, okay, how do I get them to become a sale? You have to learn the process first, right? And what's really cool is EMP has that step-by-step roadmap that you can follow. But the most critical point is really learning who it is that you're wanting to take on this journey with you. Okay? Because if you aren't clear on who that person is, if you aren't clear on what your purpose is, right? Of who that person is that you're trying to bring through, it doesn't matter the process, because now you're just you're back in square one where you're trying to get anyone and everyone to join your business. Let me know if this is making sense. If it is, drop a 2 in the comments. There, awesome. Thanks, Jan. And Michelle, good to see you. Let me know how things are going for you, hun. So that next step to playing with the big dogs, like I said, is getting very clear on who you are. Hey, Wen, good to see you. So getting very clear on who you are and what your message is. So we just got back from the Fast Track to Freedom workshop. Yesterday, I just got back. And my good friend, Amy Myers, if you're here, I'm giving her a shout out because she had a really big breakthrough that I wanted to share with you all. And I hope she doesn't mind if I share. I doubt she'll mind. But she said that before she came to that Fast Track workshop, she was an Elite Marketing Pro and she was doing the roadmap. She had defined what Suckville was. She had defined what Awesome Town was. She knew the milestones that she needed to hit. and she was going through the motions. She was checking off, every day. She had her daily method of operation that she was doing, and she was checking things off the list, and she wasn't seeing the results that she wanted to see. And she was like, oh, I feel like I'm right there. How many of you have felt like that? If you felt like that before, where you feel like you're right there, you're so close to having that breakthrough. You're so close to getting the leads, getting the sales, to getting people, asking to join your business, to getting people to cross the finish line and actually enroll. You feel like you're right there to that breakthrough, but there's something that's missing. There's like that one thing that's holding you back from getting those results that everyone else is. If that's you, let me know, because this was the thing that was holding her back. And I can guarantee it's going to benefit people that are here on this Facebook Live with me. And so she was sitting there and she was like, all of a sudden, and I saw when it happened, it was so cool. I saw it because she was sitting there, she was kind of frustrated. And then all of a sudden, like complete clarity came to her face. And it was like, oh my gosh, right? Like I just figured it out. She figured it out, and it was really cool to witness. And so what she discovered at this fast track workshop, it was two pieces that kind of went hand in hand. She was like, I came into Elite Marketing Pro feeling like this was completely different than anything else I've ever done. How many of you have felt like that before? Let me know in the comments. She was like, I've been in corporate America. And that was kind of my past. I jump into network marketing and I fail. Like I'm failing in network marketing. Things aren't going the way that I want. And I come to Elite Marketing Pro and I kind of felt like I was failing. She was like, now don't get me wrong. I knew there was stuff that was working. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Let me know if you made it home safe from the weekend. No, Nazi, you feel like that. Yeah. So she was like, I failed in network marketing. I'm here and I kind of feel like I'm not the rock star yet, right? I'm not that leader, I'm not that person that people are like flocking to yet. And yet I'm doing all of the behaviors that they told me to do. And then all of a sudden she had like this moment of clarity after we asked her some questions and we kind of got her to take a step back. So the first thing she had to do was she had to step out of the emotion that she was in. And she did that. And we wanted to get her to kind of look at her business like this. And she realized, she was like, I've already had success in other places. So I'm going to ask you the same thing. What areas of your life are you successful? Are you a fantastic mother or father? Are you a fantastic, maybe you kick butt in your corporate job, right? Maybe you are so skilled as an athlete. Maybe where is it that you shine? Because everyone shines somewhere, right? Everyone is really good at something. What is it that you're really good at? Because here's the thing, now you can take a look and see what are those behaviors that make you successful in that, right? What is it that makes you a great mother? What is it that makes you kick butt in your corporate career? What is it that makes you a fantastic athlete? What is it that makes you kick butt in whatever area it is? Now, I want you to think of it this way. Those skill sets, those behaviors, let's take the athlete. What is it that makes an athlete a really skilled athlete? First of all, they're consistent, right? You think of like, a marathon runner or an Olympic runner. They aren't just running once a week. They aren't just running twice a week, right? They are practicing every single day. The next thing, what's another thing that makes an Olympic athlete like so skilled? They've been doing it for a while, right? They're not just jumping in 1 month. It's not like their very first race and they're all like, I'm the best, right? Even Usain Bolt, isn't that his name? Like the fastest man in the world. His very first race, he wasn't the fastest man in the world. So how many of you here inside the community, have you only been here a few weeks? Maybe it's only been a couple months. And I'm going to say it, maybe you've been here for a solid year and you're not getting the results you want, but you're developing the skill set, right? So it takes time. It takes time to master any craft. The next like big aha moments that Amy had, Michelle, just relaunching my brand tomorrow because of breakthrough I had over Christmas. Strongly believe this breakthrough is the last piece of the puzzle of breaking through the barriers I faced. Awesome. Awesome. Congratulations, Michelle. Jan, athletes are committed to win, right? And you also take a look. They also have some natural talent somewhere, right? They have identified what they're really good at. You know, it might be the long distance. It might be the sprint. It might be if you're in your corporate career, you might be really good at organization. You might be really good at sticking to a schedule. You might be really good. What is it? What are those things that make you the best there? And now I want you to think, how can you transfer that here? How can you transfer that to what you're learning here inside of Elite Marketing Pro? How can you transfer that to building your business online? Because every behavior, every skill set that you learn is transferable. You just need to ask yourself, how might I transfer it? If you're getting value, if you got value from even just that one piece, drop a hashtag value down below. Because the second thing, and Jen, absolutely, athletes are committed to win. So that's the thing. People here who are the top earners, people who are, having no problem bringing people into their business, they're committed to winning. They're committed to that lifestyle, okay? So here's the second thing that Amy said, because like I told you before, her breakthrough was two-part. It was two pieces. Okay, I'll get you a drink in a second. There's a 3-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. He always makes his appearance. So the second thing she's like, all of a sudden she had complete clarity on this second part, that she had been going through the check marks of the Elite Marketing Pro roadmap. She had taken over her list. She was emailing her list 5 times a week. She was, doing Facebook Lives every single week. She was monitoring her metrics, but she realized something, that she was putting herself into Elite Marketing Pro. She wasn't bringing Elite Marketing Pro into herself. And let me define this. She wasn't clear on her intention. She wasn't clear on her purpose. She was just kind of going through the motions. And so when she was doing a Facebook Live, it was just to check a box. I want you to get very clear on what this business is to you, okay? Because to me, when I was first coming through, it wasn't just checking off a list. When I was thinking about generating leads, you don't think of them as just a lead. They're a human being. They're a person with hopes and with dreams and that are going through struggles. And here I am getting emotional on a daily dose of awesome, right? But that's how crystal clear I know my purpose is. I don't just hop on a daily dose of awesome and read a script. There are people here in the community that I look at you as a person, as a human being. As you are you're in a certain place, and I don't know where that place is, but if I can even just offer one piece of advice that gets you to move forward, that gives you that breakthrough, that's what I'm here for. And so you need to get very clear on who you are. What is your message? You are a light. You are a beacon to people. There are people in this world that are drowning, and the only person that can save them is you. So how are you playing? How are you showing up for your business? Because someone who shows up with passion, someone who shows up with complete clarity on helping other people and blessing other people, someone who shows up like that athlete that's showing up to go for the gold, right? That person plays differently than a person who is just checking boxes, than a person who has their DMO and is just going through their DMO like, they told me I needed to write an email. They told me I needed to do a Facebook Live, right? How are you showing up? And how can you get very clear on that message? Okay, because here's the thing. That is what makes you unique. That your message and you putting your heart, right? Because it's a matter of connecting your heart to your audience. If you can connect your heart to your audience, that's how you play with the big dogs. That's how you become a top earner. Whit and I, we hit a huge goal in our business last month. We became the top income earners of all time inside the Elite Marketing Pro community. And we didn't do that by just checking boxes. We didn't do that by just going through the roadmap. We got crystal clear on the people that we were looking to bless, on the people that we were looking to make an impact on. And we got crystal clear on who we were, our message, and how we could impact them. So I want to know what you're getting from this Facebook Live. Any value that you're getting from this Facebook Live. Is there anything that maybe I said differently than maybe you've heard before? I want to know if anybody has maybe had a little breakthrough, because that's my goal here with this Facebook Live, was to give you a little bit of clarity on what you needed to actually focus on. Maybe today, instead of writing that email, maybe you take today and you take the next hour or the next 2 hours, and you get crystal clear on those two things. Who is it that I'm looking to impact? You know what? And when I talk about gaining clarity around that, who are they? What does their day look like? What are they seeing? What are they doing? What are they feeling? What are people telling them? You know, what are they thinking? And then you get crystal clear on how you can impact that person. Get crystal clear on your story. Get crystal clear on your purpose of blessing and impacting. And what is the ripple effect that's going to happen, right? What's the ripple effect? Because if you bless one person, I think about Tim Irway and Fernie Ceballos and Matt Crystal and how they created the Elite Marketing Pro community. It was a chain reaction of events that got me here, right? And it was people showing up, people not playing small. That is how I found this community, right? And because of that, so a ripple effect. Yeah, so you think of like a pebble that drops in a pond or a pebble that drops in a lake. Those ripples continue out. It's not just the rock falls and hits the bottom and there's one ripple. No, it's a never-ending effect, right? It's a never-ending chain of events that are going to bless people's lives for years to come, because you chose to show up. You chose to be that Olympic athlete in your business. You chose to be you, and you chose to bring Elite Marketing Pro to you, right? Like you're actually you're focusing more on how you can bless, how you can impact, and what that message is, than just checking boxes off of the EMP roadmap. So let's see what I got here. All right, so thank you, Jan, appreciate that. Michelle, you need to be you and figure out how EMP fits into that world of you, not the other way around. Absolutely, well done, Michelle. Ron, tons of value. You need greater clarity. Awesome, Ron. Chuck, clarity of commitment to serving others genuinely. I love it. Yes, Fran, watch this from the beginning. Crystal clear on your mission. Do you have a purpose or mission statement written out? Absolutely. Let's see. Hey, Adrian, good to see you. So I'm so glad that everyone is just saw this quote before the DDOA. With clarity and certainty, there can be no overwhelm. Thanks for the message, Cari. You're so welcome, Gwen. So I'm so glad you all got value out of this. Your homework, your mission for today is to gain clarity, right? Get crystal clear on who you are and how you're going to, and how you being you, the message that you have, whatever it is that makes you unique, can bless and impact the lives of the people that you're going to be bringing in here, and get very clear on who those people are. So hopefully you all got some clarity. Thank you so much for everybody that, you're so welcome, Cindy. Awesome, Angeline, I'm so glad. Lynn, thank you. Okay, so if you got value, continue dropping the hashtag values. Daily Dose of Awesome is going to be live again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here inside the community. So make sure you set your notifications so that you are notified every single time. Mission accepted. I love it, Ron. Great. So everyone, go out and rock it today. Go bless people's lives, get clear on who you are, and we will talk to you guys again soon. We'll see ya.